Alright everyone, welcome to another episode ng Anatomy of a Scam. Ang pag-uusapan po natin sa video na to ay ang Bebemon. Now, this has been a very requested subject, no? So, I hope na marami po kayong mapupulot dito sa video na to. And hopefully, by the time that we end this video, ay naintindihan nyo na po fully yung setup ng Bebemon. Okay? Now, before we continue, just a quick factoid and shout out lang po regarding Bebemon. The term Bebemon was derived from how the setup sort of looks like a duck's bill. So sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, yung duck, hindi po siya beak, bill po siya, no? So it kind of looks like this, yung parang greater than or less than sign. Okay? It was coined from B-band, di ba? Yung Bollinger Band, with the possible monster move, and it was suggested by Miss Aya. So I wanted to just take this time to do a shout out to Miss Aya for coming up with a very creative and memorable name para po sa particular setup na to ni Senior Spyfrat. So ano ang parameters para sa Bebemon? Okay? So unang-una, price keeps dropping for a prolonged period of time. Important po to. Madalas, ang ginagawa ng mga tao, they zoom in too much. Okay? Tinitignan nila masyadong short term. Iilang kandila lang yung nakikita nila, iilang bars lang. It's important para sa Bebemon that price has been dropping for a while. Okay? Next, the Bollinger Band starts to swoop down. So, makikita nyo mamaya sa example, parang nagwo-waterfall na pababa yung Bollinger Band. Important po yun. Kailangan nakikita natin siya, okay, prior to taking any trades or even thinking na, ay, ito, Bebemon to. Right? Next, the Bollinger Band starts to narrow or congest, meaning nagkakaroon po tayo ng period of consolidation, kaya po dahang-dahang kumikitid or sumisikip yung Bollinger Band. Right? Then, we want to see the RSI go above 50. Okay? And then finally, yung Bebemon setup po, ideally, is found in the weekly time frame. Medyo mataas na time frame, no? Okay? We'll discuss more on these aspects later, but para lang po maging mas malinaw, allow me to show you an example setup ng Bebemon. Alright? Now, as you can see here, the price and the B-bands have been steadily flowing downwards. Diba? Dito sa example natin ng ani, parang waterfall, diba? Dahan-dahan talaga siya. Hindi siya yung sobrang sheer, diba? Hindi siya yung tipong 90-degree drop. Talagang dahan-dahan. Tapos, maganda, price has come back, tested it, tapos nag-hold tayo. Diba? Here, diba? Price has come back, tested it, pero nag-hold, tapos patuloy yung flow pababa. Then, pagkarating sa banda dulo nun, magsisimulang mag-congest yung B-band. As you can see here, may arrow ako dito. Okay? Magko-congest tapos magpo-form yung parang duck's bill. Etong duck's bill or yung Bebemon actually na itsura, maganda sana kung nangyayari siya within the actual Bollinger Bands. Pero hindi naman siya 100% necessary. Minsan talaga in or around tayo. Kaya naghanap ako ng example na medyo around the Bollinger Band. Hindi ko pinilit na nandun lang. Just as a reminder to everyone na hindi nyo talaga kailangan ipilit na yung setup must look like X or must look like Y. At the end of the day, context matters. And in this particular instance, ano yung nangyayari? Prices come down, diba? After ng matagal na fall, biruin nyo, weekly time frame to, so medyo matagal to. Nag-ipon na siya, nag-consolidate, sumisikip na yung B-band hanggang eventually, we break out of this consolidation and we break out of the B-bands. And at this point, RSI is above 50. And then, as you can see, we move strongly to the upside. Okay? Napapansin nyo yung itsura. Okay? I can't stress this enough. Kailangan talaga nagpo-flow siya pababa. Ayaw natin yung parang binababoy lang yung B-band. Parang angat baba, angat baba, angat baba. Ayaw natin yung sandali lang. Yung kunyari, from here to here. Alright, Bebemon na yan. Hindi po yun yung hinahanap natin. We want a prolonged drop followed by congestion, followed by yung pattern, followed by the breakout. Okay? Yun po yung hinahanap natin. Clear? Okay? So, may mga additional parameters pa po tayo. If sakali na yung approach nyo is to slowly accumulate, then you can buy in tranches provided that price stays roughly around the weekly Bollinger Band and it continues to contract. If for trading purposes, meaning baka hindi kayo big fish, hindi naman kayo dahan-dahan bumibili ng milyones, no? Then you buy when it breaks out of the pattern or trend line, if there is one. Diba? Parang pinakita ko kanina, nag-form tayo ng descending triangle, then we eventually broke out. Kung nag-break out sa Bollinger Band, again, in the same example, pinakita po natin yun na nag-break out tayo from yung descending triangle up to yung pag-break out ng Bollinger Band and or the RSI goes above 50. So, kunwari, hindi naman po malaki yung position na tinetrade natin, we can afford to be more patient, hindi tayo dahan-dahang mag-accumulate, hihintayin natin na meron ng signs of confirmation before jumping in. Now, madalas, kapag naghihintay tayo ng sign of confirmation, meron po yung kapalit. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi po natin siya mabibili sa pinakamababa or sa pinakamura. Bakit? Kasi naghintay tayo na mag-confirm yung chart ng bullishness before jumping in. Diba? Yun po yung kapalit nun. Kapag bibili naman tayo ng quote-unquote mura, pwedeng hindi magkaroon ng follow-through afterwards. Hindi naman po kasi natin alam eh. A lot of people confuse technical analysis for parang fortune telling, no? It's really not. It's all about thinking about possible scenarios that could occur and then working a plan around those scenarios para kung sakali mang mangyari yung gusto nating mangyari, handa nating i-trade ang isang particular stock, isang particular cryptocurrency, or whatever. Okay? In this particular instance, again, pwede po tayong mag-accumulate ng dahan-dahan kung gusto natin. Okay? Ang kapalit nun, maaaring walang confirmation, baka mag-consolidate pa siya for a long time, no? Hindi po natin alam. Or we can wait for yung breakout sa pattern or trend line, sa B-band or sa RSI. But kadalasan po ang kapalit nun is mas mahal natin makukuha yung particular stock na yon. Alright? Now, what if you're an impatient person? Does that mean that Bebemon simply isn't for you? Kasi yung unang parameter natin, number one, kailangan weekly time frame. So obviously, it takes a while. Not only for the setup to develop, but also for price to go where we want it to eventually go, meaning to the upside. Kasi weekly chart nga eh. Diba? So, ibig bang sabihin nun, dahil weekly chart yung initial na thesis, kung baga, ni Senior Spyfrat, hindi na siya para sa'yo kung hindi ka pasensyoso? Okay? The Bebemon can also be applied to lower time frames. While I espouse the merit of patience and do believe that Bebemon works best with a higher time frame, this does not preclude its effectiveness on lower time frames as well. So here's an example on the Aussie USD chart taken from Spyfrat's archives, no? So I'm going to give you first an example na galing po mismo kay Senior Spyfrat, and then I'm going to give you an example within the PSE para lang pong maging mas malinaw at mas mag-crystallize yung idea para sa inyong lahat. Okay? Unang-una, ito po yung example ni Senior Spyfrat. My apologies for the resolution. Medyo luma na kasi tong picture na to eh, no? So, nung panahon na to eh, hindi pa ganun kataas yung resolution na nakukuha natin. But as you can see, price has been flowing down as we discussed. Nauuntog-untog siya doon sa B-band, hindi tumutuloy. Okay? Until eventually it comes here and within the Bollinger Bands, nagkaroon tayo ng flag. Okay? This is a flag pattern. And then, we broke out and from there, broke out, came back, tagged the B-bands, it held, then we push higher. Now, as you can see here, this is from the hourly time frame. So, pwede rin pong gumana yung B-band sa lower time frame. Alright? Now, etong mga nakasulat dito, in-explain din lang po ni Senior Spyfrat na una, nagkaroon muna tayo ng breakdown here from the B-bands, diba? We broke down, tas RSI broke beneath yung level din natin. Tas from there, tuloy-tuloy na yung pagbaksak niya. Okay? So in this particular instance, as you can see, walang exact na duckbill, no? Wala yung talagang pa-triangle shape. Pero, meron tayo nitong channel. Meron tayo ng pattern na hinahanap natin. Diba? Nagkaroon tayo ng consolidation sa area na to. If you can see the yellow lines. Consolidation here. tighten ng B-band. Here, accumulation. There, then we push. Alright? Next example, as I promised, is sa PSE. And this is Holcim, no? So, dito, nakikita nyo, ang tagal ng flow pababa. And this is the daily chart. Okay? Dito, we tried to break out pero hindi natuloy. Kung mapapansin nyo, very muted siya. Nag-ipon tayo sa B-band but we eventually broke down once again. Okay? So, patuloy yung flow natin pababa until finally here, nabuo natin yung triangle, yung duck's bill. Diba? Tapos, nag-congest na ulit yung B-bands. Not as tight as here, pero if you compare it here, here, makikita talaga natin yung congestion. Okay? So, napansin na natin yung duck's bill. By the time na nag-consolidate siya sa loob, nakikita nyo to, diba? Hindi ko lang siya nabilugan. We are slowly breaking above RSI 50 na. And then from there, as you can see, tuloy na po yung breakout natin to the upside dito sa Holcim. Okay? So again, yung key ingredients po natin, kailangan nagko-flow pababa, kailangan malinis yung flow. Ayaw po natin ng may tapon hanggat kaya. Diba? Ibig po ba sabihin kung may tapon or may lagpas, ibig sabihin nun, hindi na siya pasok as Bebemon? Hindi naman po sa ganon. Pero ang sa akin lang, lalo na kapag nagsisimula pa lang po kayo, sinisimulan nyo pa lang pong i-implement, inaaral nyo pa lang. Diba? Go for the perfect setups rather than trying to force a trade using your quote-unquote discretion. Diba? Stick to the textbook setups para lang po maging malinaw muna sa inyo at matatak sa inyo ng mabuti yung kailangan nyong hanapin. Once na maging familiar na kayo at gumaling na kayo sa paghahanap ng gusto nyong makita, then you can start adding on to the parameters based on your personal observations and personal discretion. Sa simula, konting patience lang. Huwag po nating madaliin. Okay? Trust the process. So, as you can see, yun nga, steady flow, malinis. Diba? Dito, muntik na tumuloy pero hindi. Broke down, came back here. Okay? Tapos here, nag-duck's bill nga, conso within the B-band right there, then we break out, then we move to the upside. Above RSI 50, pasok po siya sa lahat ng parameters natin. Alright? Now, I would be remiss if I don't make this disclaimer para lang po malinaw para sa lahat kahit na na-mention ko na kanina. All that said, Senior Spyfrat maintains his original belief that the efficacy of Bebemon is heightened when applied to higher time frames. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin. I hope na napaliwanag ko po ng mabuti sa inyo lahat yung Bebemon, no? At malinaw na para sa inyo kung ano nga ba yung mga bagay-bagay na hinahanap natin with regards to spotting a perfect Bebemon setup. Okay? Kung meron po kayong mga tanong, please don't hesitate, post them in the comment section below. Malapit na pong matapos yung Anatomy of a S.C.A.M series natin. So kung meron po kayong mga questions, now is the time to ask them para mapasa ko pa po kay Senior Spyfrat. Once the series ends, that offer no longer stands. So tanong lang po kayo ng tanong. Huwag pong mahihiya dahil hindi po namin kayang hulaan kung ano yung mga naiisip nyo, kung ano yung mga katanungan nyo, kung hindi nyo po sasabihin sa amin. Okay? If marami po tayong makuhang questions, I will make a special video focusing on the Q&A para po masiguro ko na masagot po both either by myself or by Senior Spyfrat yung lahat ng questions nyo regarding everything that we've discussed so far. Okay? And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!